roads of southern Ontario. Don't let the label compact car fool you. You'll be pleasantly surprised by how roomy the interior is. Joe and Marcel Basada will guide you through the car buying process with confidence, answering any questions you may have. Set up a test drive of the Nero Hybrid and the K4 and see which vehicle suits your family. Visit
or our entire audio network. It's called Rogers Sports and Media Ad Manager. Approaching Simcoe is the center lane block for debris reported there. I'm sure exactly what it is. Eastbound 407 but temperatures are pretty fickle right now. We could transition back to snow at times. So sort of weaving in and out of freezing rain and snow for another couple of hours until we transition to the rain. And yeah, the rain is going to be pretty heavy at times. We have rainfall warnings in place. The models are hinting at this risk of thunderstorms that will produce the heavier downpours. But it probably won't be until later this evening that we finally claw our way out of this colder air mass that's been bringing us the snow and the freezing rain. So a couple of hours of freezing rain, and although it's been light, it doesn't matter. It's persistent and it's starting to accumulate, and we could see some localized power outages. And keep in mind, this freezing rain is falling on top of the snow that was falling this afternoon. So when we do transition to rain, I want to say it's going to be after 6, 7 p.m. That is when we see the risk of those heavier downpours. Into tomorrow morning, still some scattered showers, and we'll dry up for the afternoon Thursday and warm up too, Phil. Thank you, Denise. Now, Denise says 30 to 50 millimeters of rainfall is possible by the time this storm is over. This color into 680 News as the 401 in London was a mess.
There's cars in the ditch everywhere and accidents into the guardrail. So just an advisory, go slow down here.
OPC Second Carry Schmidt says if you're driving, pay attention.
Would make for limited visibility, flooding of low-lying areas, which could result in hydroplaning if you take those areas with too much speed, and that results in loss of complete control of your vehicle. Slow down.
The PA is expecting a lot of tow calls today. Spokesperson Nadia Mato says in weather like this, it's about driving according to the conditions.
And also give first responders and tow operators who are helping others plenty of room. So that means slowing down and moving over.
He says things are looking up for tomorrow. The rain should taper off in the morning. The temperature's moving up. Now it's near 18 degrees Celsius. That's a let you know. 406. Happening now at the White House. U.S. President Donald Trump set to take the podium any minute now, where he will blast Canada and many other countries with new tariffs, calling it Liberation Day. Officials in this country are watching closely and are prepared to respond. 680's Cormac McSweeney is in Ottawa with the latest.
Prime Minister Mark Carney is currently meeting with his Canada-U.S. Advisory Council on
It's down to a single lane because of a crash.
680 news time 410.
When you get a Subaru, symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and class-leading safety included, it's like you also get a Subaru that comes with a multi-dog transporter, night navigator, a Rainmaster, slow pilot, remote campsite finder, a moose country guide, a gravel handler, a very flashy surface controller, windy rotating lights, a spinning wheel avoider, a four-legged manual and tractor supply, smoke detector, plus that. Oh, that's for another time. Subaru is the multi-tool that masters every unpredictable weather condition. Visit your local Subaru dealer for great lease and finance options.
The GTA needs more homes. Amid economic and tariff uncertainty, building homes builds our economy and industries while protecting jobs. But building homes takes too long and costs too much. Governments must take action now to eliminate the HST on new homes and reduce development charges. This will make homes more affordable and provide much-needed housing in the GTA. Building homes builds Canada's economy and protects Canadian jobs. Learn more at buildgta.ca/homes for Canada.
680 news time 411.
Time for Rogers Xfinity Internet traffic and weather together on the one. Here's Brendan DePont.
Thank you very much. Right now, this report brought to you by the Gardner. And again, we'll go towards the eastbound 401 here. The 407 far right lane lost due to a pretty big crash. At one time, it was even bigger. But thankfully, delays not as heavy. But again, obviously, with the afternoon commute, this is sure to get even busier if this continues to stay here. So again, we are looking at the moment just at 407 far right lane blocked. But again, delays from Trafalgar in the express and collectors. Elsewhere, similarly, on the westbound 401, West of Port Union Express right lane blocked due to a collision, vehicles spinning out there. And then you'll find again at the 407, two right lanes this time, though, are blocked for a crash. Emergency crews are there, but delays, you can't avoid them right now from Winston Churchill. Northbound 400 approaching Highway 89, all lanes blocked due to a jackknife tractor trailer. It seems as though traffic is getting by on the shoulder. However, southbound 400 south of the Innisfil en route, we have a jackknife tractor trailer situated there, but that has been cleared. So fabulous news. Construction backing people up. So construction that's blocking the right lane at Highway 89, backing up drivers from Innisfil Beach Road. Pass that on. Construction on top of this very hectic weather that we're experiencing. It is again busy. So again, expect delays looking like a parking lot from Innisfil Beach Road. South of Aurora Road, right lane blocked due to a crash. Then we have along the westbound 2W as mentioned, down to a single lane. So the two right lanes are blocked. Only the far left lane is getting by. Again, right now we have a tow, so it's a tractor trailer, and then a SUV involved westbound 407. And on the westbound 401, we briefly get issues west of Salem. They've already come and gone. A little bit slow there. West to Port Union Express, just watch out for problems in the right lane. Just a minor delay at that area. And we have issues at the 407. The two right lanes still blocked due for a collision. So first is slow across Toronto from Warden Express collectors to Dixon and through the 410 collectors. Then pretty end up approaching West and Churchill to that problem at the 407. From the 680 traffic center, Fraser to Pond. Northbound 400 has been dealing with a share of issues throughout the afternoon. So northbound 400 into Max still lane blocked for a crash, and then full 5 delays just at the King Road. That usual spot, though, regardless of the weather. But this certainly weather related. Approaching Highway 89, we did have jackknife traffic trailer blocking all lanes. Looks like this now is cleared. Still dealing with delays from Highway 88 and major backup. And then we had a separate issue, that being that was blocking the left lane as well, just on the approach to Highway 89. So it looks like that now all gone. Also as well, southbound 400 construction has driven jamming up drivers at Highway 89. It was just a right lane block, but again now delayed, still heavy and lingering from Innisfil Beach Road as well. Westbound QW finally this is well clear. West of 4 Drive, these delays though from west of Western Churchill will be there for quite some time. Well, the first on Corbett County is called Mark Felstein and Associates Charge Fresh all counties. This is Mark Felstein.ca. From the 680 traffic center, I'm Brent Pond. 680 news time, 4:33. Weather alert. This afternoon giving out more January vibes than April. Dicey driving after some surprise snow gives way to freezing rain with a whole lot of rain still on the way. 680 Phil Martino's going to drive on the weather watch. Phil. Laura, the snow has stopped here in Toronto, but there is a much more to this spring storm. 680 weather specialist Denise Andriacki says there will be steady rain. Denise, exactly what is headed our way? Well, now that we've transitioned to freezing rain and some rain along the southern portions of the GTA, so lakeshore communities getting a little bit of that cold rain kind of mixing in, we're going to keep an eye on when we start to transition completely to rain, because at that point we've got more of that thunderstorm risk with the heavy downpours. Yes, we're under freezing rain warnings, and it's terribly dangerous when we start to see this ice accrete on the roads, but also on the power lines and tree branches. Now, we're not going to look like Barrie did by the end of the weekend, just this past weekend where they were just covered and slaughtered with ice, but we are seeing this ice buildup. The good news is it's getting replaced with rain, but that rain can be very heavy. We could be seeing some flash flooding on the roads with some isolated storm potential, heavy rain, 30 to 50 millimeters, so we are in for a long night. We're not quite done with this just yet, and we did have that snow. Now we're into freezing rain with a bit of rain, and then eventually we'll transition fully to rain. So, thank you, Denise. Now, Denise was eastbound on the DVP in the Mississauga area where it got pretty soggy.
Well, last 15 or 20 minutes, I just hitting here on Ontario. The rain was steady. No snow, no freezing rain, and this way we have rain.
Okay, you guys are hearing this, and if you're going to be driving in this weather, slow down.
Anytime put your full headlighting system on and drive safely and appropriately for the conditions you're experiencing.
Now, these days we have showers through tomorrow morning before they dry up for the afternoon, and then spring-like weather. It will get up to near 18 degrees before dropping down to the freezing mark tomorrow night, and then if you can hold on until Friday, it's going to be a nice day until Martinelli.
680 news time, 4:36. Happening now, Donald Trump is speaking outside the White House, unveiling his reciprocal tariff plan. He's not said much yet we didn't already expect about Canada. Canadian officials are gathering in Ottawa, preparing a response once the exact text of his new executive order is unveiled. 680's Parliament Hill reporter Cormac McSweeney with the latest.
My fellow Americans, this is Liberation Day.
That's President Donald Trump speaking moments ago from the Rose Garden of the White House. We're still awaiting all the details of the reciprocal tariff and exactly how Canada is going to be hit. However, Trump did make this comment about automobiles.
We will impose a 25% tariff on all foreign-made automobiles.
No indication at this time whether Canada would receive any exemption to that, as discussed before. It's all coming as Prime Minister Mark Carney
Carney is on Parliament Hill holding a series of meetings today. He's spoken with Ontario Premier Doug Ford, had a meeting with his advisory council, and in about an hour we'll be sitting down with cabinet ministers to discuss Canada's retaliation. The government has lined up around $95 billion worth of counter tariffs on American goods and could go even further with things like export taxes, possibly on oil, gas, maybe electricity. The government has said all options are on the table, so we'll wait to see how Canada will respond. Economists predict an escalation of our trade war will send our country into a recession within months and cause hundreds of thousands of job losses. Stay tuned for the latest. Cormac McSweeney, Parliament Hill.
Big city mayors from both sides of the border are again speaking out against Trump tariffs. Six Cities' Momin Qureshi joins us with what was said during today's summit.
Mayors from cities close to the border, including St. Catharines, Oakville, and Toronto on our side, and big municipalities like Chicago and Milwaukee on the American side, holding a joint virtual news conference this morning to talk about the impact of the Trump tariffs. And what's interesting is the American mayors seem to be ringing the alarm bells the loudest. Milwaukee Mayor Chevy Johnson saying it would have a significant impact on the people he represents.
There are projections that in the state of Wisconsin, thousands and thousands of people could face unemployment if hefty tariffs, and not just tariffs in the United States, but retaliatory tariffs in Canada are put in place.
He says his state gets the majority of its oil, lumber, and road salt from Canada. The tariffs would make all those things much more expensive for his constituents. I'm Morningside Ave. Well, the Maple Leafs return to Scotiabank Arena tonight with the race on for first in the division. 680 Alex 6-0 and more. It is really tight atop the Atlantic, and if the Lightning win the division, it's pretty much going to be Toronto, Florida in round one. As it stands, the Leafs lead the Atlantic with the Lightning 1 point back. The Panthers are 2 points back. Leafs defenseman Chris Tannen knows this is a big one.
Yeah, obviously, important game. Everyone knows how tight the standings are, and important to getting home ice and winning the division.
Anthony Stolarz and Sergei Bobrovsky, your goaltending matchup, while the Leafs need 1 point to officially clinch a playoff spot. Face off 7:30 on Sportsnet. From the Sports Center, I'm Alex 6-0.
6 News Time, 4:39. Supporting Canadian businesses has never been more important. That's why Canada Post is committed to making it easier to ship Canadian with our best rates ever. Right now, your business will save up to 70% on expedited shipping and returns. Plus, as a Toronto-based business, you can access rates as low as $3.50 for lightweight local packages. It's time to shop Canadian, ship Canadian. Learn more about our best rates at canadapost.ca/shipcanadian.
Now the gas price update. Enpro predicts the price will not change at midnight, staying at $1.38.9 a liter at most GTA stations. In 60 seconds, the very latest on what's been a messy afternoon on GTA highways.
680 News Time, 4:40. As a homeowner, it's hard to keep your home running smoothly and worry-free. That's where the experts at Enercare come in, making it easier for you. We are a proudly Canadian company, helping GTA homeowners like you for over 65 years with affordable solutions for your home's unique needs. Whether you need help with heating, cooling, water heating, or water purification, an Enercare expert will be with you every step of the way. And you get peace of mind knowing that you're backed by our very best. Experts at home.
The biggest talent competition in the nation is Canada's Got Talent. And for a second year in a row, Rogers is presenting the massive $1 million prize. The biggest cash awarded in Canadian history. Rogers promises to support community, entertainment, and talent. So, get ready for a new season of jaw-dropping performances, unforgettable moments, and electric competition. Tune in to Canada's Got Talent on DVP. Stay tuned to Central and get the latest on Rogers Xfinity.
Time for Rogers Xfinity Internet traffic and weather together on the one. Brought to you by Subaru in the 680 traffic cruiser Kyle Hawking. Oh, we've got two problems on the westbound 401. First of all, if you go through Port Union in the Express, just west of there, watch out for a collision with crews in the right lane. Now, minor delays through that section, and then it's heavy across the city from Kennedy, All-Transit Express to Collectors to Dixon. Also volume approaching Dixie to the 410 in the Collectors. And in the 407, two right lanes are still blocked right as you go under that interchange with the 407. Approaching Winston Churchill is where the delay begins to the 407. More volume through Milton from James Snow to west of Highway 25. A bit slow on the westbound 407 through Warden. Two right lanes were blocked there for a crash.
On the eastbound 407, a couple of problems as well. East of here, Ontario, left lane and right lane were blocked at last tip of the collision. It slowed starting east of Mavis. And then a vehicle had gone into the ditch at Markham Road, so two right lanes are blocked by crews there. Backed up from approaching McCowan to Markham Road. Finally, problems cleared on the eastbound 401 to the 407. A collision was there involving a truck for about 3 hours. All gone. It's not too bad through there, but it's heavy across the city from Dixie to Kennedy, alternate way express and collector, and through Durham region from Brock Road to east to Stevenson from the 680 traffic center to Brandon to Pond. Right now, northbound 400 has been following this one for quite some time. Into that, Philly to V-lane taken out for a collision. Then delays at King Road. Thankfully, that tractor trailer all gone on the approach to Highway 89. So things moving a little bit better. I'll say a little bit because it is still quite delayed from Highway 88. Then you have on the southbound side of that 400, there was a tractor trailer that was jackknifed on that side of things. Again, but at Highway 89, construction was bogging people down for quite some time. That now cleared. Still though lingering delays from Innisfil Beach Road. You then have south of Aurora Road, got a right lane hearing on the crash there, causing some delays. Also as well, west off Gardner, busy for approaching Jarvis, west off QW. West of Winston Churchill, Spencer Lane is blocked due to a stalled vehicle. Tow crews are there, but then you'll notice delays lingering from an earlier issue from west of Winston Churchill to west of Ford Drive. And also important to note that there is no access to Highway 6 North on either side of the 403. Those ramps to it have been shut down due to some very treacherous weather conditions. Hurry to the all-in-one event for great offers and experience all the features that come standard in a Subaru. Time for the forecast. Denise Andriachi.
Light freezing rain for many communities here across the GTA. A little bit of light rain mixing in as well. Again, it's such a fine line between precip types, but we are starting to see more of that transition to rain. And then eventually will be all rain. It will be warm enough. We also have the risk of thunderstorms, though, and rainfall warnings are in place because we're expecting heavy downpours at times tonight. Could lead to some flooding in spots, so that will be the next concern out on the roads after the snow and the ice that we've had. What a wild day. By tomorrow afternoon, you'll forget all about it because we'll have a few sunny breaks and climb to near 19 degrees. Right now, it is 0 in Vaughan. Toronto, 0. Feels like -7. Our overnight low will hover near 4 degrees. 680 news time, 4:44.
Time for your market update. Here's Chris Quick-Hunter.
Alex, we did see a winning day on markets ahead of this tariff announcement that started after the closing bell. So the Dow was higher by 235, the S&P up 37 points, the Nasdaq up by 151, and then Bay Street up by 273 points, 25,307, up by about 1% today. It was the best performer. So as these reciprocal tariffs are being announced by the U.S. president, few things I've been seeing. The Canadian dollar at one point did pop above 70 cents U.S. It's back below it now, down 69.85 cents U.S. And then gold futures did hit another all-time high, topping $3,200 now. At this moment, gold futures up $46, 3,191. At the Business Center, I'm Chris McCusker.
This market update is brought to you by IG Private Wealth.
Okay, when I sell my business, I want the best tax and investment advice. I want to help my kids. I want to give back to the community. Then it's a vacation of a lifetime. I wonder if my out-of-office is a forever setting.
An IG Private Wealth Advisor will help you plan for it all. Your family, your life, and your dreams. Does your financial advisor put you at the center? Meet one who will at igprivatewealth.com. A little heads up from Sleep Country. Over the years, your body's been shedding kilograms of straight into your aging mattress. That's not even counting millions of crawling little critters. Oh, there should have been a there. When your mattress or pillow is loaded with this much growth, time to switch. During the time to switch event at Sleep Country, get up to 15% off. Selling for a limited time. Restrictions apply. Speak to a sleep expert for details. Only at Sleep Country.
The more you listen, the more you'll know.
680 News Radio.
We're at 0 downtown feels like -7. It's mixing between light rain and light freezing rain. Good afternoon, I'm Alex Bloomfield.
And I'm Laura Carty. Here are the top stories this hour.
Freezing rain now glazing a layer of slushy snow before we get a big old bucket of rain and a messy afternoon on the roads. OPP say they're responding to at least 3 dozen collisions on GTA highways. Rainfall and freezing rain warnings in place still across the region. Donald Trump's been speaking for well over half an hour now outside the White House, unveiling his reciprocal tariff plan. The impact on Canada still not clear. It appears the minimum broad-based tariff will be 10%. He also confirmed all auto imports to the U.S. will be hit with that 25% levy. And coming up after sports, the new federal poll sheds light on how Canadians are feeling about a couple of key issues.
Time now for sports.
From Sportsnet 590 The Fan, Alex Fixero. Alex, the series finale at Rogers Center continues with the Jays looking to sweep the Nationals at the ballpark, and the Jays leading at 3-1 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Jays reliever Brendan Little just offering up a home run to C.J. Abrams. The good news for the Jays, lefty Easton Lucas outstanding in his first MLB start, firing 5 scoreless frames, giving up just 1 hit. George Springer has a solo home run this afternoon, so the Jays lead at 3-1. The big one at Scotiabank Arena tonight is Anthony Stolarz gets the nod in goal when the Leafs host the Panthers. Toronto holding a 1-point lead over Tampa Bay atop the Atlantic. Panthers are 2 points back, 7:30 on Sportsnet 590 The Fan. And it was school day at Coca-Cola Coliseum. The Marlies falling to Utica 2-1 in overtime. This is 680 News Radio. 680 News Time, 448.
The next Lotto 649 Gold Ball jackpot is big. Points really